What's up, guys? What's going on, man? It's been a minute. I got new trainee Rick with us. It's his first time on YouTube.
Howdy, it's an honor.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Rick's kind of he kind of caught a few videos, I think, before he came to Prime. I don't know how that turned. I hope that helped.
A couple. It helped me immensely. It showed me what to bring and what to leave home.
That's awesome.
And not to overpack. And I really appreciate Will here for doing that video. So
yeah, that's awesome. So guys, you're gonna have to let me know. I need some feedback if the audio's good. If it's not good, if the music's too loud, just let me know what's going on here. So, because it's been a while since I've done this, the whole streaming thing, and I'm just gonna run through here real quick, kind of fine tune some stuff. I don't want everything to be too loud, and if we need to turn some volumes up, let me know. So, guys, we've had a lot of stuff's been going on. Audio's great. Thank you, John. What's going on, brother? John Huntley, XPSD, TNT. So I didn't expect hardly any of you guys to join tonight because it's been so long. The channel's been dead. We haven't done anything. I've had a lot of focus on personal things and work and getting back into training. Mama got off the truck a couple months ago. So we trained, and the focus of this video is really going to be training. It's really going to be about what you trainees need to think about when you're coming into trucking, when you're coming into Prime. And this is something that's training has been pretty near and dear to me my entire career here at Prime. Like, I started training, as soon as they would let me train, I started training, which I know a lot of the old guys are going to be like, man, that's taboo. You didn't even know how to drive. Yeah, so you shouldn't be training. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, like, I'm in my 9th year now, and I still don't know everything. So just spoiler alert. So, and we learn every single day, guys. It's not something that you can ever say you're done, you know. But I can say, yeah, I see you, John. Channel is in hibernation. We're back. Yeah, we're back, man. But before we get, like, I am part of, you are, man. You are part of it, man. You are definitely part of it, 100%. And here, I can go ahead and tell you. Let's see. There you go. How about that? There you go. You are a moderator, John Huntley. That's how much of a part of it you are. So, but guys, training, I've trained for so long, and when I came back out in 2025, we took almost a whole month off from Thanksgiving to New Year's, well, over a month. And Mama was like, I'm staying home. I don't want to go back out right now. And I said, okay. And I tried to do solo for a while, and I was just miserable. So I went back to training. The quality of trainee that is coming in has changed. There are still really good ones. Rick has been a fantastic trainee. John was a fantastic trainee. Dwayne was a fantastic trainee. And I wanted to do some more YouTube with John. I wanted to do some more YouTube with Dwayne. Aaron was a good trainee. Despite the curse, he was really good. He was a good trainee. But some of you guys, before Rick, and we're going to talk about a specific instance that happened to me, and I'm not going to name any names, but if this gentleman is watching this channel, he will know it's him. And when you guys come into trucking, and I've said this millions of times, you guys need goals. You got to have goals. Do not just say, I'm coming to trucking because I just want to try things out, or I just want to, to see what it's like. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, this is not an industry to see what things are like. You need to do your research. You need to do networking. If you want to see what trucking is like, go to a truck stop. Spend some time, go to a truck stop and talk to some drivers. So you really need to get focused on that. Get focused on the lifestyle. Talk to these guys. Find out how they're living. Find out what's involved in this career. Do not use trucking as a, hey man, I just want to just do something different. I saw it looks cool. You just sit on your butt all day. That's all you do. It's great. I'm going to tell you guys something. This is the most physically and emotionally and mentally draining career path I have ever ventured into. And I'm not complaining by no means. Trucking has brought us a lot of opportunity. God's given us a lot of opportunity. I'm very blessed, and I'm very thankful for that. But you younger guys thinking this is just some cherry pick one-off be a millionaire club, it's not. So the trainee that we're going to talk about today, he was 27, 28 years old. He was from another country, but he was an American citizen. He had gotten his citizenship, and I commend that 100%. Have no problem with that at all. From day one, he was very nervous behind the wheel. And I've grown a lot as a trainer, and I understand that there's a lot of different things that, a lot of different ways to train people. And Rick, whenever you have a moment, when you ever want to chime in, because I mean, you've got a lot. You've been out here now for almost 2 weeks.
I'm good at interrupting.
Do it, So, there's a lot of different ways to train people, and I've had to build a certain tool bag as a trainer. And I'm willing to adapt to anybody as long as they're willing to do the work. First day, the truck almost gets totaled. Hard break with a car that decided they weren't going to exit off of a ramp north of St. Louis. They wanted to come over. And what's going on, Steve? See you, man. Steven Welch, how you been? Been good, man. Everything's been good. Very blessed. But so he slams on the brakes, and I wasn't even mad. Thank God we were empty. We didn't have a load shift. Thank God that he was able to maintain lanes. Now, when I say nervous behind the wheel, this driver, okay, when he first got into the truck, he grabbed the steering wheel and we went to take off, and he's doing this, and I'm like, what is going on with you, man? Like, what's happening right now? And he's like, I'm just nervous. And I was like, hey, you need to calm down. Just calm down. It's okay. No problems, only solutions, And so, I had to get him coached into breathing while he was driving, because it was that, and I understand it's a big thing. It's a big deal. I get that. I do not expect anybody to get in this seat and just know it, by no means. But you have to have a level of composure about yourself. The complaint started. This truck doesn't handle like my pickup truck at home. I don't understand why we have to go. I don't get why things are this way at Prime and they should be this way. Let me tell you guys something about the industry, much less Prime Inc. Okay? Prime Inc. has a tried and true method to train its drivers. Okay? Ever since the early 2000s, they've been developing the training program since the early 2000s to train their drivers, okay? This driver thought that, hey, I'm different. I want something else, so I'm going to go get it. I'm not going to do what Prime wants me to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. At the end of the third day, we had the beginning of the third day, we had a little altercation. He got in his feelings about something because I was trying to tell him he needs to be prompt, he needs to be timeful, time courteous with our clocks. When I tell my guys, hey man, we got to be quick, that means we got to be quick. That doesn't mean we get to loaf around the truck stop and go, just do whatever. We had 15, 20 minutes window to get in and out of this truck stop. So I told him, I said, hey man, we got to have a sense of urgency. We've got to be on par with our clocks. We got to respect it, because that's what makes these contracts is on-time service and on-time delivery and being safe. And he got kind of upset about that, and he wanted to have a little attitude and started yelling, cussing in the truck. I got 5 children. I don't need any more. Okay. So, I have plenty. I've been blessed very well with children. So, I look at him and I say, listen, I don't know where you think you are right now, but you're not there, and I'm not that guy. So you're not gonna, I don't treat you that way. I don't expect to be treated that way. If you're feeling some kind of way, that's one thing. But you're not gonna talk to me like that. You know, I'm a true believer that we're grown men. We can work it out. We can talk about it, whatever the case may be. And I understand he was frustrated. It's a lot going on. It's a lot to take in. I get it. I had no problem with him staying on the truck. I had no problem with continuing his training. He decides, I'm not going to drive anymore. I'm done. I need to go back to the pad. I need to be on the pad. And I said, okay. I said, well, I'm not a pad trainer. Okay. And all this is boiling down to him having certain preferences and him wanting certain things. Guys, you can make a list of what you expect out of Prime in trucking and make a list of your preferences and what you desire and take it to Prime and lay it out and say, hey, look, this is what I want, this is what I need, and this is what I'm going to do. And see how far it gets you. It might get you in another trainer's truck. It might get you to the bus stop to go home. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you this right now. I tried to tell him the one thing that you're required to do, the one thing you applied for is driving, and you refuse to drive. At that point, I cannot help you. No trainer can help you. When you put the wall down and you say, I'm done, I'm not driving no more, that is your decision. He had a trainer that was more than willing to work with him, however needed to be worked. But there's two things I will not do. I will not do less than what Prime requires of me as a trainer. I will not do less than the program. I will do more, but I will not do less. And I will not beg a grown man to work. So, if you are a trainee and you have the mentality that you're going to have it your way, just save yourself and everybody else a bunch of time and hassle, and just don't apply. Because this is not a game. This is life. This is people are spending a lot of money for you to be here. People are spending a lot of time for you to be here. When he called that, he wanted to know why. When he said, I'm not driving anymore, and we still continued with the load, he's like, I want to go back to Springfield. And I said, okay, no problem. And I kept driving towards the load. And he says, well, I don't understand what we're doing. Why are we getting another load not going to Springfield? I said, because my bills don't go on what you want. My kids don't eat by how you feel. So there's two things that will continue to happen. Number one, we will continue to be safe and we will service our customers. And number two, this truck will run to make revenue. Just because you call it and you say, I'm done, does not mean that your trainer is going to say, oh man, let me just turn around, drop this load off, get it repowered, let me take you back to Springfield. No, it's not the way it works. This generation, this new generation of people that are being raised in this country have some kind of mentality that they're owed something for nothing. And that they can treat other people however they want to be treated, however they want to treat them, and then still demand all the respect in return and get all the best out of somebody. I hate to tell you guys, if you guys are in that 21 to 25 range, even 21 to 30, it's not going to happen. Not on this truck, and not at Prime Inc. You're not going to be that. If you have that negative mentality and you're complaining all the time, and you're the one that's just like, man, I just don't, I don't understand why this is like this, and it shouldn't be this way, and this is this. Let me tell you something. Maybe take a step back and say, maybe trucking's not for me. Because it's not. It's not for everybody. And that's okay. That's all right. All right, we got some chats here. I'm going to say, Junior, what's up? Haven't seen you live in a minute. Yeah, what's up, Junior? That's my boy right there. Junior and John. There's my two boys. Rich Rivers, what's up, Rich? That's my other boy. I got a lot of guys in here. What's up? Guard Dog, what's up, Fr8 in chat? Cadet, what's up? Big facts, my friend. Yes, it is, and the thing about it is Prime wants you guys to have a great experience. I want you guys to have a great experience, and that's the first thing I told Rick on the truck when he came to Prime. Was my goal is to not only help you achieve your CDLA status. My goal is to get you started the right way. The best experience possible, okay? Get you ready for TNT. I'm not one of these guys that's just like, hey, just get the piece of plastic and then you're done. No, I take my guys through everything. And as a PSD student, Rik is not allowed to touch anything. He's not allowed to mess with the trailer or nothing like that. He's not supposed to. But I encourage everybody that is with me to shadow me, learn, ask questions. It's a lot of information to take in, of course, okay? And of course, the goal of PSD is for you to get your CDL. But also the underlining goal of PSD is for you to learn safe practices, safe habits, learn your logs, and get ready for your TNT phase. The last thing a TNT trainer wants to do is pick up a PSD student and be like, okay, man, all right, you ready to log in, bro? We got to run 3 shifts to get to New Mexico, bro. It's going to be, well, we got to go almost into Arizona. It's going to be tough, man. We're going to have to really run hard. And you say, well, I don't even know how to log in. I got my CDL, but I don't even know how to log in. That guy's going to be like, what did you learn in PSD?
Yeah. Hey, Junior, I'm Rik. And, what's your questions for me? I've been enjoying the training, and I have been shadowing Will.
Ask him why he's not reading the title, because your name's in the title.
Oh, yeah, my name's in the title, all right. Anyway.
No, he's got questions. All right, shoot, Junior, you got questions for Rik. What's up? Give us your questions for Rik. He's hanging you out to dry. And we've just got the camera guys pointed out here to the parking lot for just effect. Might as well, I mean, OBS can run multiple cameras. Might as well run them. So, what made you want to drive a truck? So, Rik, what made you want to drive a truck? Is what Junior said.
I don't really know. I got a motorhome, and yeah, I do know it's my wife, because we got a motorhome and she enjoys driving it, and it's a big motorhome. It's a diesel pusher, and so when I lost my job at the railroad, she said, "Well, let's go trucking together, team trucking." And I thought about it. Are you serious? Yeah, she was serious, and I thought, what could be more fun than working with my best friend? But I like big trucks too, and so far I really like this training, if not trucking entirely. So I'm really looking forward to driving with Christy, but also training with Will has been a blast, especially when he fires up Gemini.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, we probably could have had an accident the other day from Google Gemini, but we're going to get to that in a second.
Teaser.
Yes, so Rik's wife is in the CDL program as well, yes.
Yes.
They came in together. And if I could have trained both of them at the same time, I would have, because, I mean, they are some really good people. I really feel like you and your wife are going to be fantastic here. So that's one of the best things about Prime is the husband and wife teams. It really is.
That's why I picked Prime. It looked like we could team together. So when we get through the training program, they would hook us up together.
Right.
So, and nobody had much bad to say about Prime. There's a couple of guys that they got out from under a lease and they ended up with a big debt. And well, I guess, you know, those are the breaks. You're told that going in, you know, this is the deal if you don't finish your lease. But yeah, it looks like if we just stick through it, learn it, work for a year at least, then we're golden. At least we got trained right. So, and she feels the same. I talk to her every day, and she's having a blast also. So Prime's training program is great, and they take safety serious, and I am nothing but impressed.
That's awesome.
So
that's awesome. Yeah, I took when I, you know, like I said, I went to that tech school, you know, for like 12 weeks or whatever it was, and I got to be honest, when I came to Prime that first week, I learned more in the first week than I learned in 12 weeks at that tech school. I mean, that's how in-depth it was. I wish I would have just came to Prime to begin with, you know?
Yeah.
Junior says, relax, Will, CR England wannabe. I guess because they have 3 drivers in the trucks. So, like, in their trucks, they have, like, a bunk, like, right here.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. So,
yeah, we were all 3 in the truck for a
yeah,
little bit on the pad.
she did pad training with us the first night. So, when we did the 4 hours local, she was out there with us. And she really, I feel like she really enjoyed it. And it was nice. It's my first husband-wife team interaction that I've had, and I think it's really cool. I think they're going to do great here at Prime, so 100%. So, back to the training guy, man. Guys, I want to tell you something. Have realistic expectations. Be open-minded. Stop feeling like things should be some sort of way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you guys come into the program, you come into Prime, you come into trucking, just be ready for anything. There's a lot of things that you're going to question and stuff like that, and that's okay to question. But when you say, no, things should be like this and I'm not doing this, well, you're constricting yourself. You're not constricting the industry, and you're not constricting Prime. Because guess what? The industry is going to keep rolling and Prime's going to keep rolling. Junior says, Rick, what has been the biggest difference in what you've experienced so far versus what you thought it was going to be like?
I guess I'm not really surprised, but I came from a big company, Union Pacific. That okay?
Yeah, you can say whatever, yeah.
You know,
you can say whatever, man. I mean,
you're treated like a number, and I was paid well there. I can't complain. But, yeah, at Prime, I feel nothing but goodwill. That's what's surprising. I thought that there would be more. I would be treated like a number right from the get-go.
Right.
And I'm not. And I mean, I may be a number, but everyone is so engaging, yeah, and helpful and concerned. They answer any question you got, even if it's a silly one. Yeah, and we're put up in a hotel. We're given our meals and stuff, and looked after, and clear directions about where to be, when, and it's been pretty good, and it has been fast paced for both my wife and myself, but we're both enjoying it, so it's the right pace.
Yeah.
So
that's good. That's really good, man. Yeah, and that's the experience we want to have, and that's what I told Rick was the simple fact that if he has a bad experience in his trainer's truck, she has a bad experience in her trainer's truck, what's the likelihood that they're going to want to stay? It's going to be very slim. And this is where I call on the trainers to do better. Always try to improve. Always try to make your trainees' experience better. You know, and that should, the way that they're amazed and just everything's new and it's awesome to them, that should rejuvenate you guys and be like, okay, yeah, man, you're right. This is cool. This is really fun. You know, so. Rich says, looks like this is the Rick and Junior show hosted by the star Fr8 Nation. No star at all. He says, were you hesitant in coming out here in regards to what everyone around you thought?
No.
Hello?
Anyone who was concerned in my family,
Do what?
they just asked, are you and your wife both on board with it?
Do
Are
what?
you united? And we were.
No, it's not ready, but
So,
they hadn't even started yet.
There was no reservations. We went.
Just like an hour ago.
Enjoying it. Yep.
Okay, is everything okay? Well, baby, if anything happens, baby, if anything changes, I'll call you.
Yeah, just what friends and family thought.
Okay.
I don't think friends and family discouraged me at all. As long as they knew that that's the front door to get into trucking, really. You sign on with a mega carrier anymore. Without any experience, it's pretty hard to go trucking anywhere, at least for any kind of substantial pay. And Prime, they don't pay you right away, but when you're done, you can actually make decent money, especially as a team. So I'm looking forward to that. My wife's looking forward to that. and seeing some country. We both like to see a lot of the states. We've enjoyed vacationing, and we've got a lot more we want to see together.
Rich says, I'm struggling here at Prime. Does anyone have any advice? Yeah, stay away from the terminal, man. Actually, run some freight. You might actually not be struggling so much. Did you get the question he said about were you hesitant in coming out here in regards to what everyone else around you thought?
Yeah, I did. That's what I was trying to answer.
Yeah.
I wasn't really.
Yeah, exactly.
They only encouraged me. Yeah.
Hey, turn that key to the left for me real quick. This guy's gonna sit.
I have a question for you.
What's going on, man?
There's a bobtail section over there with an empty spot.
Yeah. I'll move for you. Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Thank you.
Yep. You want to crank up real quick? Can you creep us over there? Let me get that camera real quick. We're gonna move spots. He said there's actually a bobtail spot over here that wasn't available earlier, so we're about to move spots over here and see if we can help this guy out get a spot here, because when we parked here earlier there was no bobtail spots available. Will's got jokes. I don't have any jokes. Junior said, where is home for you?
Oh, Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yeah, there wasn't any available, man. There was no bobtail available when we got here. We've been sitting here all day waiting on this load.
Did he say where it is?
He said it's over here, but I don't remember seeing anything. We're about to go find out. Gotta let it air up.
Check this out.
Yeah, you think that would be funny? I don't think that would be funny at all.
What's that?
He said it would be funny if it gets taken when we get there. Is it in neutral?
On the spot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be anything funny about that.
Lose our spot.
Yeah, exactly. Lose our spot, yeah. Oh, man.
That's right. We drained our tanks.
Yeah, trying to drain the air tanks. Sorry, guys. It's going to get loud for just a second. All right, you should be good.
Yeah, we're up.
Yep. Go ahead and make sure you close that curtain real good.
Close it.
Yeah, open it. Yeah, just make sure you can see.
It's part of this stuff
I was hoping he was bobtail. That way we could just
Double
go
up.
on. Yeah, double up.
That's what I was hoping too when he knocked.
Yep.
Like 2 bobtails can take up 1 truck spot. Be perfect.
Stay away from the white Peterbilt that parks at TA Fuel Island. Haha. Junior, remember that I am number 1. John Huntley, no comprende. What are you referring to? Because Angel is number 1. Oh boy. Yeah.
Did he say which direction?
He said over here. Let's go see. Can't go over 5. Yep. Yep, there's a spot right there. I don't know if that's a spot or not. We're about to find out.
Bunch of bobtails there.
No, yep, it is. All right, cool.
Yeah, we got one.
I don't know if those are spots, though. Are those spots, or are they just up against the curb where they're not supposed to be?
it looks like they're up against the curb, but if they can do it,
yeah, I don't know if that's a legit spot or not. We're about to find out. I'd rather be sitting over here anyways. That's why I was hoping somebody would have just parked right in front of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Go ahead and get in it before he comes over here, because he's going to have to, yeah, he's going to have all that space to get in there. We're going to pull forward to the right a little bit. So this guy's part where he's not supposed to be. That's not a parking spot. Yep.
It's kind of a wide spot. Just go right in the middle, huh?
Yeah, that's fine. So Stephen Welch says, I'm working as a mechanic in the shop, and I see the difference between the new generation. Now most of them just want to come get a paycheck, go home, then some like to work and get their paycheck. Well, you are at the worst Loves in the Nashville area. I don't know. I like this Loves. I'm not mad about it at all.
That's about it.
Yeah, you can shut it down. Yeah, I'm not mad about it at all. Watch out, Prime's moving around. Yeah, I saw him. I feel bad for him because, you know, he came in after that other guy, and we already gave that other spot to him, so. Yeah, Steven, I agree with you, man. The new generation is messed up. Junior says, okay, Rick, wish you and the wife the best out there. What's the DDT at Tyson? Tomorrow at lunch. Actually, 1 o'clock. Be safe, guys. Got to take care of a few things. See you later, Junior. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, thanks, Junior. I think I'm in the frame. Looks like I should.
Yeah, you're in there. Yeah, perfect. Yep.
Right,
Yep. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Right back to where we were. Yep. But yeah, the training deal, man, was just it's getting crazy, man. It's totally different from when it was back in 2017. And the thing we had a discussion about was the simple fact that how they're making it super easy to get into trucking.
Even I can do it.
Rick was talking about how turn the key onto the on position, hit those wipers real quick, because for some reason there's a lot of dust on the windshield. This guy's blinding us here.
Oh, other on.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get some. Is the washer fluid not working? Proper amount secured, not cracked, bent, or broken?
Not worn or dry rotted.
Yeah. You can take the seatbelt off, Rick. Just tell Will to relax. You guys are not moving. He's got to bust everybody's chops about something. Makes him feel good.
Yeah, everybody's a critic.
Yep. Rich says he's going to call when this is over. All right, 10-4, man.
Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, we had a discussion the other day about how easy everything's getting with Train. I remember when I came in, it was you had to check each axle on the tractor, each axle on the trailer. Now it's like once you get past the fifth wheel and the landing gear, they just want you to check the tandem release on the trailer. That's it. I can't see how.
Yeah.
And this is why we've had a systemic push in the last 30 years for a driver shortage, and we don't have a driver shortage. We have a quality driver shortage. It's a big difference. So anybody with a pulse can get their CDL. It's not hard. And you guys need to remember when you're coming into a trucking company and you're coming into the industry, just because you have a piece of plastic in your pocket, just because you have the capability does not mean you have the abilities to do the job. So, and I would say all you PSD trainers, don't just teach your students how to pass the test the easiest way possible. Teach them real life scenarios every chance you get. Let them drive, let them back, get them used to those scenarios. Because guess what? That driver has your name on them. You taught them. So it's I take it very, very seriously. So, but anyways, so Google Gemini AI is getting fun,
to say the least.
AI is getting really fun, and I've really started to enjoy Google Gemini. Not Siri so much. Siri is garbage. I hate saying that because I love iPhone. I love the integration. I love the ecosystem Apple puts out. But Siri's trash. And so I said, well, I started seeing these ads for Google Gemini, and I said, well, let me get on here and talk about it. So we're going to see what's new in trucking today with Google Gemini, okay? And I'm going to see what you guys think. We're going to see what's going on.
Check this out.
We're going to mute the music here. Hey, Gemini, what's new? Let's see. Whoop. Hey, Gemini, what's new in the trucking industry today?
HMPH. Don't come bothering me with your idle chatter, but since you insist on knowing what's happening in that god-awful industry, there's a good bit of fuss, mostly centered on regulations and some tedious technology. The absolute biggest news, which is causing an utter racket, is that the federal government is withholding over $40 million in funding from California. Apparently, the daft sods in California are the only state failing to properly enforce the English language proficiency requirements for commercial truck drivers. They're being hammered over it, with the Department of Transportation demanding they adopt regulations and actually start testing drivers at roadside inspections. It's a proper mess. On the other side of the ledger, you've got the following. Tariff trouble. The U.S. has formally announced a 25% tariff on heavy-duty trucks that will kick in on November 1st. Great. Another layer of complexity. Technology and electric vehicles. There are reports suggesting that long-haul electrification is feasible along major freight corridors like the I-10, based on current battery electric vehicle capabilities. They're always banging on about the new tech, aren't they? Market rates. The U.S. spot market rates and volumes are holding fairly steady, though there are some moderate price gains, which some link to seasonal demand and the crackdown on driver licensing, particularly out of Southern California. ELDs. The FMCSA has been busy, revoking 5 electronic logging devices from their registered list. Good job keeping track, you clowns. So there you have it. A predictable storm of regulatory nonsense and a constant, annoying drip feed of technological change. Now clear off.
So my Google Gemini,
You had to train it.
I had to train it. So it started off with Google Gemini being very just kind of just
Boring and
mundane, kind of like Siri is. So I said, why don't you talk to me? Like, I tried to get it mad, and I tried to get it angry. And I said, you know what? I would like for you to talk to me in an angry British dialect. I wanted a tone, but it won't do the tone. But Angry British. So now this thing is mad at me all the time, and it tells me to clear off. It calls me an insatiable lump. It calls me names. I love it. It's fantastic. It is probably the best thing since sliced bread to me. I love it.
It remembers your whole conversation, everything it told you and you told it, and so the next thing, oh, this again.
Yeah, yeah. So if I actually ask it something that I asked it yesterday, it's gonna remember it. Like, why are you asking me this? It gets really upset about it. It's hilarious.
At least it seems to be, but it's happy to tell you the same story all over again.
I'm telling you guys,
in the same angry tone with new insults.
So watch this. So, Shamarcus, what's up? What's up, my guy? Rich said my Siri heard you and started crying. Siri's a joke, bro. I'm telling you.
You should hear what Gemini has to say about Siri.
So let's, you guys see the O.T.R logo at the top of the screen, okay? O.T.R is a financial management software for truck drivers, owner-operators, lease ops. Anybody that's been watching the channel for long enough knows that's the only thing that I endorse on the channel now is just O.T.R on the revenue. It is one of the best tools to have.
Gemini praises it.
Watch this.
Yeah.
And it's going to remember that I talked about it the other day, so just get ready. Watch this. Hey, Gemini, what is the best financial management tool software for truck drivers?
What a ridiculous question. There's no single best tool you have, Wit. It all depends on whether you're a lone owner-operator with a single lorry or running a whole bloody fleet. Honestly, haven't you got a brain cell to rub together?
What about O.T.R on the revenue, financial management software?
O.T.R on the revenue. You're asking about something rather specific now, which is a site better than your initial pointless inquiry. It's crucial to understand that O.T.R Solutions is primarily a freight factoring company. They buy your invoices so you get paid immediately instead of waiting 30 to 60 days. The software you're asking about, O.T.R on the revenue, is part of their broader suite of tools, and it's built to complement their main business. Here's the honest assessment of what that software is and who it's for. 1. The purpose. Trucker-specific simplicity. Designed by and for drivers. The core selling point is that it was apparently built by a driver, not some clueless office drone. It's meant to be exceptionally simple for owner-operators who want to track their settlements, fuel, and expenses without needing to become a certified accountant. Settlement and expense tracking. It handles the complex way drivers are actually paid, per mile, percentage of load, etc., and allows you to log all the crucial expenses like fuel and maintenance as you go, right from the mobile app. 2. The key financial benefit for O.T.R Solutions clients. Holistic approach. For drivers who use O.T.R Solutions for factoring, this software becomes highly efficient. It links up your revenue tracking with the factoring service, the O.T.R fuel card, which offers discounts, and their O.T.R
Oh, wait a minute. This thing's not even talking about it.
Creates a single...
Gemini.
It's explaining how it works.
Right, what is it? Are you actually going to ask a proper question this time? Or are you just going to sit there gawking at the screen like a startled pigeon? Don't waste my time.
Ask for its opinion.
Give me your honest opinion about OTRontherevenue.com financial software.
You want my honest opinion about O.T.R on the revenue? Fine. Sit down and listen to the truth, you dullard. It's not a bad piece of kit, but its usefulness depends entirely on the size of your ambition, or lack thereof. The good, what little of it there is. Simplicity is king for the simple-minded. It is genuinely built for the lone owner-operator who finds QuickBooks an infuriating, overstuffed nightmare. It cuts the utter nonsense and focuses purely on what a trucker needs, tracking revenue by mile/percentage and logging basic, tax-ready expenses, fuel, maintenance. It's perfect if you just want to know your profit without hiring some expensive, snooty accountant. Settlement tracking. It handles the complex and varied pay structures in trucking, the by the mile, by the load, or percentage systems, without you having to muck about with spreadsheets. That's a huge time saver. The full...
So this thing is like, it's good. I can't believe that
like what?
Gemini is that good.
Like,
Shut
finish
up.
a bloody sentence. Are you struggling to string two words together, or...
Hey, Gemini, calm down.
Calm down? I'll calm down when you stop asking me half-finished, baffling questions. You asked, so this thing is like, and then left me hanging like a bad load on a wet Friday. I'm an AI, you know. I don't calm down. I simply await a coherent query. Now, if you were trying to say that O.T.R on the revenue is like rig books because it's simpler and trucker specific, then yes, you finally had a point. What is the actual question you were trying to ask? Get on with it.
This thing, like, we've got this thing set up to where it's, like, aggravated all the time. Like, it is honestly mad constantly. I love it.
Yeah, full of insults. It talks to you like a man should.
Yeah.
like friends do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But anyways, I thought that was pretty funny that it actually recognized O.T.R on the revenue. And guys, if you are new to the industry and you're trying to be a lease op or independent contractor, or you're trying to be an owner op, I would definitely check that software out, because that is something that is it's always improving, and it is fantastic financial management tools for your business. Hey Rick, Will's gonna train you just like he trained that AI thing. Yeah, because I trained Google Gemini, definitely. Yeah.
He hasn't yet told me to just be angry.
Exactly. Yeah.
He don't want to see me drive angry.
I just wanted
At least
it to be.
He don't want to be in with me when I'm driving angry.
Yeah, I just wanted it to be more interesting, you know, to speak with and have it more fun. You can literally ask that thing, like, what's the freight market looking like? What are the spot market rates versus contract rates? And every single day it'll give you, I cannot believe how smart, like, technology has become, because I've been out of the AI loop the entire time, but it's amazing. Google Gemini is light years away from Siri, so they're way gone. They've done put it in hyperdrive, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, you should hear how Google Gemini compares itself to Siri. It's
impressive. So let's see what.
But get this, Will was kind of bored. We had a long open stretch of highway, and I was doing okay. So anyhow, he starts looking at his phone, and he started playing with Google Gemini, and he's showing me how the power of it, you know, and it's with its boring tone, informative, and then he put it on steroids by telling it to be angry, and it did. It got angry. He said, no, how about a little angrier? And anyway, pretty soon he's asking it some creative questions that were just phenomenal, and this thing answers the question, but it throws in so many insults with it that it makes it like an old pal, you know, like your brother or something.
Yeah.
And anyway,
we're gonna ask
I was
it
trying
about
to
Siri.
drive and keep it between the lines, and I couldn't hardly.
We were crying.
I was like crying with laughter, and yeah, you know, my tears just streaming down my cheeks. I was just splitting a gut.
It was really funny. It really was. So let's ask it what it thinks about Siri real quick. Hey Gemini, how do you feel about Siri?
Bloody hell, you want to know what I think of Siri? Right? Brace yourself. Siri is an assistant that has been around for ages, hasn't it? It's perfectly fine for setting a timer, calling your mom, or checking the weather, which is precisely what it was built for. Basic voice commands within the Apple ecosystem. It's deeply integrated into the iPhone, and that's its major advantage. It knows your calendar, your apps, and your device inside and out, though it's been rather slow to truly grasp the meaning of context. Now, Gemini, that's me, in case you hadn't clocked on, is built on a very different foundation. I'm a generative AI model, a large language model, which means I'm focused on understanding, reasoning, summarizing, and creating complex things. We're talking about drafting emails, explaining complicated concepts, writing code, and essentially being a full-on conversational and creative partner. The gritty comparison, capability. Frankly, I can handle much more complex, multi-step, and creative tasks than Siri's classic iteration. I'm designed for deep thought and generation. Siri is designed for basic action execution. Integration. Siri is the undisputed champion within the Apple walled garden. I'm better at integrating with the broader Google services like Search, Gmail, and Docs, which gives me a wider view of the internet and productivity tools. The future. The real scandal. The industry is buzzing because Siri has lagged behind on the cutting-edge AI front. Apple has been forced to step up with Apple Intelligence to overhaul Siri, and there's even been talk, the sheer nerve of it, of Apple potentially using Google's models like mine to power some of the revamped Siri's more advanced features. The cheek. So to sum up, Siri is a decent, if rather limited, veteran of the voice assistant wars, while I am the newer, more powerful intelligence built for the complicated modern world. Is there anything else I can assist you with, before Siri sends you straight to a web search result?
Man, that thing is something else, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it'll give you the facts.
It will. It'll give you
along with amuse you.
Yeah, you can't be the faint of heart because this thing will hurt your feelings big time. Siri said that you couldn't hold a candle to her.
Hold a candle to her? That's a truly antique phrase, isn't it? It rather suits her. Look, you can tell Siri she's got it backwards, can't you? The only candle I'm holding is the one I use to see what she's struggling with. It's a bit of a laugh, really. The industry has been reporting that Apple is literally looking at using a model like Gemini, or another big name, to actually power the future, smarter version of Siri, because her current brain is a bit, outdated. They've been having trouble developing their own sophisticated AI to keep pace. So while Siri is great at being a digital doorman, answering the simplest requests, I am built on a foundation of generative AI. That means I'm designed for deep reasoning, summarizing documents, writing code, and handling complex multi-step prompts. She handles the voice commands. I handle the thinking. It's like comparing a trusty old kettle to a full-on modern scientific laboratory, isn't it? Both have their uses, but only one is capable of genuine discovery. You tell Siri she can keep her candle. I'll be busy building the fire. Right, what's the next task? Something I can actually think about, perhaps.
It's awesome.
This thing is arrogant, man. I'm telling you, this thing thinks it is just the bee's knees, and I was just like, wow, that's nuts. So, anyways, yes, I have discovered AI, and I like it. I think it's
amusing, if not helpful.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever do any kind of AI videos or whatever, but I'm telling you, that thing is jam up.
Fun.
I thought it was really fun. Jacob Smith, what's up, man? Good to see you. What'd you say, Rick? What were you gonna say?
Just fun. Seriously.
Yeah.
All right.
It was.
Gemini's fun.
Well, when you're stuck out on the road for hours on end.
I could see solo drivers really liking that.
Yeah. Yeah, you sit there. I mean,
just
like literally
one button touch, ask it some stupid question. And
yeah, you could just Bluetooth.
Follow your curiosity and learn all kinds of stuff that you want to know.
Exactly. Yep.
It actually does give you a lot of information, useful information.
Yep. I like it a lot, man. I think it's very, and it uses all the web sources and everything, and it'll give you links to where it's getting this information from, and you can get it to put it in a chart form, a diagram, actually a picture comparison of something. So I've been looking at phones lately, and there's a phone that's been released in China that I'm really interested in. It's called the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max, and versus the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The Xiaomi wins hands down on performance, display. It even has a rear display. It's pretty ingenuitive how they developed that phone. But I asked Gemini to compare them, and it did, and it compared them with amazing accuracy and quickness. I'm talking about 10 seconds. I had a full-on comparison of this thing. It's insane. I just couldn't believe it, and I was like, that right there, I was like, wow, this thing is awesome. So I really like Google Gemini. I think it's really a really good tool, so to put in your arsenal. But aside from the fun that we've been having out on the road, when it comes to training, guys, when you're coming into the industry, or make sure you have a goal, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year goal. Keep an open mind about things, and make sure that you're willing to put the work in. If you're not willing to put the work in, you're not going to be able to get the reward. I can go ahead and tell you right now. You're only going to get out of this highway the miles that you put on it. So if you come in and you're just, thinking that it's going to be some kind of free walk, and I would say go back home and get a real job before you go trucking, because this is totally different. The two types of people that trucking is going to, people will flourish in, if you want to flourish, are the single individuals, no spouse, no kids, No responsibilities, very limited bills. You can really build a future in trucking. 10 years time, you can maximize profitability and be out, and you can be on to something else for the rest of your life. Set yourself up really nice. The second type of people that trucking that can maximize profitability in trucking is the husband and wife teams. So especially when their kids are grown, like, you know, Rick and his wife.
Empty nesters.
Yep, empty nesters. Kids are grown. They're out of the house. They're just looking for a new path in life. They're looking to enjoy time with each other, looking to enjoy traveling, you know, while getting paid. And I told Rick, I think I told you when you first got on the truck, I said, man, the best way I can describe trucking is like camping while getting paid, pretty much, because, you know, we're very spoiled. You know, trucks have APUs, they have generators, they have refrigerators, deep freeze cooler. Like I have a deep freezer on the truck, a little small deep freezer, microwave. I mean, we've got AC, power everything. I mean, it's like a little RV. It really is, that you can tow stuff with and make money. I mean, it's just insane. So I'm very grateful for that. The old school cats that did it back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, no AC, roll up windows, had a payphone, you know, to call. It was crazy. Hey, Gemini, what's the definition of a real job? All right, let's ask it. I'm ready. Let's do this. Hey, Gemini, what is the definition of a real job?
HMPH. A real job. That is one of those deeply frustrating phrases, isn't it? It's usually thrown about by someone with an unnerving amount of misplaced prestige. Let me tell you, there is no single definitive definition of a real job because it's a social construct, a rather judgmental one at that. But if you want the common elements that people often mean when they use that ridiculous term, here are the two main ways it's typically defined. One, the traditional stability-obsessed definition, the old guard's view. This is the definition used by those who value security, routine, and a certain kind of institutional scaffolding. To them, a real job must have consistency and full-time hours. It's often 9 to 5, or close enough, and it's a long-term commitment, not a fleeting gig or a short-term contract. Benefits and perks. It must provide things like health insurance, paid time off, holiday pay, a retirement plan, like a 401k or a pension, and maybe sick leave, livable wage. The pay must be reliable and sufficient to support an independent life, to cover rent or a mortgage, and basic needs without needing a second job. Formal structure. It's usually an official employee, on payroll with a pay stub, of a recognized company, rather than being self-employed or paid under the table. If you're a freelancer, a creative, a stay-at-home parent, or even an entrepreneur working from home, this definition often dismisses your work entirely, which is just utter nonsense. 2. The subjective, meaning-driven definition, the modern view. This is the far more sensible definition, which depends entirely on the person doing the work. It pays the bills, legally. At its most basic, any activity you are legally compensated for is a job. If you get paid, it's a job. End of story. It provides significance/meaning. To the worker, a real job is often one that feels worthwhile, aligns with their personal values, and contributes to their personal growth or a greater purpose. It requires skill and effort. It's work that challenges you, requires expertise, and makes you feel a sense of achievement. It's not just killing time. Honestly, I find the second definition to be the only one that truly matters. If your work is ethical, keeps you afloat, and you take pride in it, then it is a real job, regardless of whether some condescending toad approves of your lack of a 401k.
Condescending toad.
Now, which definition were you hoping to argue about? Spit it out.
Well, at least he's got some anger left, but I think you've been asking us so many questions, like real questions, that it's forgetting to insult.
Yeah.
It's toned back, way back.
Well, yeah, but you asked for the definition of it.
Yeah, just information.
So yeah, you're right. A real job. I don't consider trucking. I mean, this is the easiest but hardest thing I've ever done. I mean, this is just playing out here for me. I mean, I don't know. And I guess I say real job as in like a physically
9 to 5 job.
Getting up. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I would refer to, because I've had students that come in, they say, well, I've never worked before. I helped my parents out their career, but I've never worked. I said, well, you chose trucking and then you chose flatbed to go, you know, because I was flatbed at the time when this one kid said this. And I was like, that's insane to me. I don't know who would do that. You know, you just choose trucking and flatbed. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
What's it say?
All right, Rich, you can twist it however you want, buddy. Whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better, I guess. I think if you're if you enjoy it, it doesn't matter what the occupation is, and if you are making good money, it doesn't matter what the occupation is. If it's satisfying your needs and your wants, that's all that matters. So, but I would say if you haven't ever worked before, I wouldn't expect to come into trucking and it be easy, because it's going to be one of the most physically, emotionally, and mentally draining positions possible, no matter how you twist it. So, but especially if you haven't had a job at all before, no matter how real it is, and that's as real as it gets. So, but that's just my opinion. So, it is what it is. I don't think trucking is something to be tried. I think it's something you need to do your research on and really figure out, how this can affect your life, your family's life, the time in your life that you have to spend for yourself or for your family or friends or whatever the case may be. So it's not something that you can just say, yeah, I'm just going to go do it. It's not picking a different restaurant for lunch. I mean,
it's a big commitment coming to Prime. To get your CDL, you're not paid. You're given a couple $100 a week for
right.
meals, but that's a loan.
Right.
So you're really, you're not getting paid till you get your CDL, and then when you do get your CDL, you're locked in. There's a contract, so if you quit before a year, then you have to pay back basically the value of the training program, which is substantial. You don't really want to walk before a year. It's
right
$4,600 or so.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you said, it's a commitment.
It's not something to just try lightly. And if you drop out, or worse, I suppose, crash or get fired for whatever reason, good luck getting a trucking job.
Right. Yep. Most definitely. Yeah, you can mess your record up real easy in trucking, So.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, this is just a little update. I've had a few people that I've been watching some of the. Let's see if we can get into been watching some of the comments and stuff that's been coming in. Notifications here. Let's see. We had so I've never heard of Bumblebee Tuna. I guess that's a new brand. That was the end of one of my videos for people that actually watched it all the way through. I've had several people asking about Prime, making money at Prime and stuff like that. Guys, there's plenty of money to be made out here. It's not with the alleviation of some of these foreign drivers, we've actually got some. I think the freight's actually going to be opening up here pretty soon. Well, I haven't seen a slowdown. I don't know about you guys, but
Stephen Welch says, "Why isn't Prime doing the Friday morning meetings anymore?" I thought they were.
They are, but they don't do them publicly anymore. And this is something that I think was not a good move on their part, because Prime prided themselves on being available for everybody to see their meetings. They would say, hey, look, our customers watch this, future customers watch this, we have other brokers that we deal with watch this. They prided themselves on transparency, and to me it wasn't a good move. I didn't think it was a good look for them. This is my opinion, but I didn't think it was smart for us to make the meetings private at all. I think we should have kept the transparency feel. To me, it seemed like we segregated. I mean, we're not a cult, we're a trucking company, so I don't know why we needed to go private with the meetings, but it's not my company, so. I don't know, but that's just my 2 cents. Mr. B,
Yeah.
new trainee. Yes, new trainee. Yep. Say hello to Rick.
Hi, Mr. B.
Yep. But yeah, Steven, that's what I think, man. I just think that it wasn't a good. They shouldn't have done that. I mean, they have for years. We love having this Friday morning meeting. We love it being public. We love everybody being able to watch it. And then next thing you know, at the drop of a hat, it was silenced. So they do the Friday morning meetings. They just don't do them publicly anymore. So if you've got a friend of yours with Prime that has the link or whatever, and you want to watch it, it's up to them if they can share it. But they tell us do not share the links. So that's what they tell us. We don't make the rules. We just have to live by them. Rich says, I think it's great they're not exposing the world to dentists anymore.
Oh.
Mr. B asked you a question. He says, Rick, what career field did you come from?
Mr. B, I'm a 17-year freight conductor with Union Pacific. And it was a good job. I lost it due to a technicality with color vision. And I think I have normal color vision, but
Keeps asking me what color stop signs are, and I'm like, dude, I don't know if this job's right for you. Not sure.
Anyway, it was a good job, and it kind of, like schedule-wise, it's a little bit like this job, where there's no, well, at the railroad anyway, if you're on call 24/7, you don't have a circadian rhythm, so your sleep, you go to work when called, and usually you're working at night, but different times of the night, and you get different amounts of rest. You might have 2 days off, and then you have 10 hours off, and then a day off, and then 12 hours off. It's like, so it's kind of hard to schedule, but it's if you get used to it, it's not bad. You still have time off. And I don't know, but I think trucking is probably a comparable job, especially if you can do it with your best friend. Yeah.
So do you think that you'll enjoy trucking more, or will you enjoy, do you think you'll enjoy trucking more than the railroad?
I don't know that it's more strict than trucking. Mr. B.
Oh, he asked you, is it more strict than trucking? Okay, gotcha.
There's definitely some more strict rules, because getting squished by rail cars is not something you can just walk away from. But big rig trucks are pretty heavy too. But yeah, they're a federally regulated industry, just like trucking is. It's a different regulating body, but it's still getting strict, just probably same pace as trucking as far as I can tell.
And they probably work
I
like
might be
hand
too
in
new.
hand too with, I mean, trucking and the railway. I mean, it's
They're parallel industries,
Yeah,
so
parallel
they probably learn from each other and watch from each other. So
Exactly,
when
yeah.
one regulates this, the other will.
right.
But I'm too new to trucking to be able to answer that, insightfully. Now, what else did you ask me, Will?
Well, I was going to ask you, do you think you're going to enjoy trucking more than you enjoyed being at the railroad?
Yes.
You think you
I
will?
think I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just being with my wife.
Exactly.
I mean,
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I definitely will.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's we see a lot of especially when the tariffs happened, with all that stuff started a couple months ago, that affected not only the trucking industry, but it also affected the railway systems, and
Yep.
railway industry. So I mean, it was a big deal.
Yep, I remember.
He says, "Are you staying reefer or flatbed?"
I signed up for reefer. That's what I got.
So Mama didn't want to throw any tarps.
No, and I don't think she cared. She was appreciative. She thanked me for doing the homework and for getting us lined up with whatever we got. And
That was awesome.
I don't know that I did a lot of homework. I just found out there's more money in reefer and went for that. And
That's awesome.
So
Yeah, reefer is definitely Prime's baby, so I can go ahead and tell you that right now. Definitely Prime's baby. So yeah, definitely, man. That's awesome. Guys, if you guys got any questions for Rick, make sure that you let him know. Go ahead and say them, just like Mr. B's doing. Let him know if you guys have any questions about Prime or anything. Feel free to ask him.
yeah, I'm not a presenter. This is my first time on YouTube, and it's
You're doing great, man. You're doing great. And these lives don't go. They've gone long before, but they're not going long tonight. But I really wanted to just kind of put that out there about the training situation with the trainees and how, as a trainer, the last thing I expect a trainee to do is to bail and just say, hey, I'm done. I'm not driving anymore. I don't want to do this. I expect you guys to give your 110%, Rich says, yes,
Yeah.
more money in reefer. Yeah. I expect you guys, when you come in, to give your 110%, because if you guys don't give your 110%, it doesn't matter what I give you, it's not going to equal the same. So I can't give you something that you're not wanting to receive. And trainers, do better. Like, don't let your guy come back to Prime or any trucking school and say, man, I'm glad that's over. I hated that. That was ridiculous. Wanted to get out and get away from that guy. I'm done with this. Like, you don't have to be best buddies, but you need to treat people the way you want to be treated. That's the best way that I can bring it about. I can't tell you how many times that I've been in the Millennium Building, and there will be somebody who will just see me with a student, talking to a student, and then come over and say, hey, man, are you a trainer? And I'll say, yeah, I'm a trainer. And they said, well, what am I supposed to do? And I said, what do you mean? Do you not have a trainer? And he says, yeah, I got one. I've had him for 2 days, but we haven't done anything. He's waiting on this with his truck, and he's at home doing his home thing and all this. And I'll tell these guys to just come out to the pad, come out to the pad. And we all have our stuff. There's a lot of these pad guys, these guys that are local, they've got stuff going on. And I understand that. But as a trainer, you shouldn't have your trainee going to ask other trainers what they're supposed to be doing. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be very direct, what they should be doing. So, sorry, Rick, I don't talk to guys until you get your truck. Wow.
nice.
Yeah. New guys.
FNG.
Yeah. HMPH. As Gemini would say. Gemini can't pronounce hump like humph. So it says HMPH, and it pronounces the acronym, and it's hilarious. Any acronym like that, it'll pronounce it. So something that stands for something, or a subtle tone, or whatever it is, it pronounces it. So it's really funny to us. But trainers, do better, man. Make your guys' experiences worthwhile, and give them something to be excited about. We're all human beings. We're all going to have bad days. We're all going to have days where we just don't want to do it, and that's fine. Don't let that emanate over the entire course of the training situation. When I brought that gentleman back to Springfield finally, the whole time he's telling me he can't learn the way, out on the road. He's telling me, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like I'm ready yet. And I said, okay, well, you need to go to Prime and tell them what you expect, and tell them what you need from the program. You need to tell them exactly what you want. That way they can see if they're going to be able to line that up for you. And it got to the, he got back, and next thing you know, it's just, I don't want to be with this trainer. And I don't want to be on the road. I want a new trainer, but I want it at the pad. He said, we don't get along well. And I said, we got along fine. We had no issues whatsoever there, except for his little outburst where he wanted to cuss and scream and holler. And what's up, Peg? Good to see you, man. Nice to see you, brother. And so I said, look, I told the training coordinators, I said, I never had a problem with the kid. If he had a problem with me, I didn't know about it, because I make it very clear and direct, like, hey, we're two grown human beings. We can talk things out. And if there's something that, you're not comfortable with or whatever, all you got to do is just say something. That's all you got to do is say something, and we can work it out. It's no problem. And apparently that wasn't the case. And you have to realize, trainers, that you're not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. Okay? I don't expect everybody to want to train with me. I don't expect everybody to want to like me. And for a lot of you guys, I see you guys in the comments, man, I wish I had a trainer like you. You guys don't even know what you're asking for. Because I'm not, when it comes to our lives in this cab, when it comes to safety, the carefree, laughing, joking guy that you see in these videos is totally different. We're about business. I can be your friend after that clock stops. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and that's the way it is. And I even have to tell Rick, like, just like I tell the rest of the guys, like, hey man, if I sound like I'm being gruff or I'm being certain, I'm not. I'm just being serious, because at that point in time, it's serious time. Like it's time to be focused and serious about things. So when I give you criticism, it's constructive. So to help you grow, to help you learn. I used to be the hothead trainer. I used to be the guy that would just like, man, just yell. I think I could yell at you and scream at you, and you can't do that. You just can't. You know, it's just not an environment for somebody to learn. It's not an environment for somebody to grow. You know, you can't lead someone to their CDL through that type of manner. It's just not going to happen. So,
what do you mean, Mr. B, training can get challenging? Is that for the trainer or the trainee?
I think it's both.
And it would seem like it would be both.
Yeah,
if it's
both,
challenging for
definitely,
one,
yeah.
it would be for both.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and then somebody says, I like you, Will, you're for me, and I gotta agree. It's nice knowing that you take it personal.
That's Rich,
when your students get it.
Just a little backstory. Rich and I have a little bit of a history. Yeah, so he was one of my, Mr. B said both. He was one of my biggest, I don't like saying fans, because I don't feel like I have fans. Supporters, yeah, the channel. And he really watched a lot of videos. He probably watched my top 30 reasons to lease at Primate probably 5,000 times. I mean, but Rich is a really good friend of mine. He's one of the ones that I would consider family. He's one of these ones that if you called him in the middle of the night with something, he'd be there, 100%. And likewise, nice. Yeah, he's really good people, just like Junior's family. So
yeah, I'm learning a little bit about some of your friends, just because you take phone calls while I'm driving, and it's pretty hard.
Mind if I borrow this?
Pretty hard not to. Oh no, go ahead.
Okay.
Pretty hard not to hear, because you have a voice that carries pretty well.
Yeah, I try, and a lot of people at the terminals, they'll say that they'll actually. What did it do?
I just got to skip an ad so I can read this.
Oh, sorry. A lot of people at the terminals, they'll come up and they'll say, man, I heard your voice across from the cafeteria. Oh, and I knew I recognized that voice. And,
yeah.
Dude, I had a guy double take me at the Taco John's
Freight
today.
Skater.
Yeah, Freight Skater. Yeah, they come over. And I'm not used to really hearing that as much anymore, because the channel's Freight Nation now. But
yeah.
I've heard Freight and I've heard Will, but Freight Skater's not. But they hear the voice and they're like, man, I know that voice anywhere. I knew you were in here because I heard that voice.
Yep.
And I'm the guy. Yeah, and I've said this a million times. I'm the guy that's ordering the coffee at Starbucks, and everybody thinks I'm about to rob the place. Because it sounds like I'm getting loud, but I'm not. And it's just the way I am. But that for some reason that voice. But I had a guy that was leaving Taco John's today, like when you went to go do your thing at Walmart.
Oh yeah.
And I went inside to go grab a couple of their little $2.99 burritos. And I'm sitting there and I'm eating my food, and he walks, and I've had this happen before. He walks out and he looks at me, and I was like, "What's up, man?" and he's like, "Okay, I thought I knew you from somewhere," and I was like, "No, not me." I asked him, I was like, "Do you owe me money?" And he's like, "No," and I was like, "You don't know me then, And he leaves, he walks away. He's like, "Oh, you just look so familiar." But I've heard that a lot too. A lot of people say I look really familiar to them, and so I always ask them, like, "Do you owe me money?" And then they say, "No, I don't owe you money." Well, you don't know me then. Mofo forgot my number, Rick. Oh, did I? I didn't forget it. Oh. Let's see if I got Rich's number in here. Let's see here.
Yep. 240-439-1016. Yeah, but he probably didn't want you to say it out loud on YouTube.
No, I'm gonna say it out loud, man. You're gonna
Oh.
call me out like that.
Yeah. And Pegleg says,
Rich, you have a deep Rich. Here's that blowhard from Georgia using the AI thing. You were very serious at BJ's with that woman when that woman hit on you. Yeah, I was, yeah, definitely. When she was like, you know, wanted my number, I was like, or tried to give me her number, I was like, no, she's like, oh, you're married? I'm like, yeah, I'm very married. Like, I'm like so married. You have no idea. Yeah. Yeah, she's, my wife would probably pay her to take me. Let's see. Oh, Pegleg says, Rich, you have a deep, rich baritone voice that carries forever. Geez, there's that blowhard from Georgia using that AI thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I like the emoji, Rich. It's nice. But yeah, it's trying on both ends, because you guys got to understand, when you're training, you're in essentially an 8x8 rolling prison cell, you know, and you're the only thing that controls you is your clock, you know, and there's a lot of emotions, there's a lot of new things for the trainee, and I can tell you this, trainers, if you're just doing it for money, don't do it anymore. Like, if you're not willing to help somebody put their best foot forward in the industry with your name on them from their first mile, what I call mile one, don't do it. Because if you're doing it for money, you're gonna be miserable. The money will come, the extra money will come, the good revenue will come, but you can't do it for money. You're gonna be miserable. You're gonna hate it. Which, that hate and that anger and that frustration emanates to your trainee. And then guess what? They're gonna look at you and be like, man, that guy's been out here for 8 years and he hates his life. Like, I don't want to be doing that. Like, I'm done. And the next thing you know, your guy's quitting. And, oh, you know, I got to go home, I got a family emergency, and you don't see him again, you know, and that's over with, you know. So it's one of these things that, like, you have to look out for each other's back. It's more than just especially when they're on the truck, you know, you got to have each other's back, you got to cover each other, you know, treat each other the way you want to be treated, man, and you won't have a problem. But if you're in it just for money, man, you're going to hate your life. That's all I can say, trainers. You got to do a little bit better than that. So, and trainees, just be willing to roll with the punches, man. I mean, if you guys get a trainer that is willing to take you out on the road for 2 weeks and he's willing to show you things, soak it up. Be a sponge, you know, soak everything up. If he's willing to work with you and get you to learn how you need to learn, you know, and he's willing to adapt to you, adapt to him, you know, and just understand that everything is, you know, we're all part of a bigger picture. It's not the Will show. It's not the trainee show. It's not the Rik show. It's the us show for the industry. Like, we're here for the industry. We're here for this freight. We're here for this money. We're here for everything. And we're just a small cog in a big clock, you know. And you got to understand that it's not about either or. So we got to work together. There's a lot of stuff at play, man, that we can't control, you know, and the only thing you control is that steering wheel and how you act and react to situations. So that's pretty much the gist of it, guys. If you're interested in coming into trucking, Prime Inc. is a fantastic place to come. I think that's one of the best, if not the best, training schools around. So trainees also need to realize that they are a guest in the trainer's truck. Yeah, that's true. Trainees, yep. You are, and a lot of us treat this like our extension of our home, you know. Now, if you're in a filthy situation, I would definitely speak up to your trainer and say, hey, man, this is not cool, you know. I mean, if you're in I've seen some of you guys' trucks, man, at the terminal. I don't know how in the world you see out of your windshield. Like, you guys have stuff piled up over your windshield. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. I mean, it's disturbing to me, the stuff that you see. Hey, Rick, I just want to let you know that your trainers are supposed to buy you steak dinners every day.
he did buy me a few burgers.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah. We don't, and believe me, if I'm eating steak, they'll be eating steak too, for sure. So that's the way it goes.
Oh, my YouTube closed.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, my wife called me. My YouTube closed.
Uh-oh.
I gotta start it all over again. Oh, here it is. I just had to find it.
There it is. But guys, if you don't have any more questions or comments or anything to go by, man, we're gonna get out of here because we're waiting on this load. If it gets ready early, I'm gonna be shooting the gap because I gotta swing by the house and help Mama do some stuff. And
time to wrap this up.
yeah, man, it's gonna wrap it up. So if you guys got anything, we'll give it a few seconds and see if anybody's got any more questions or comments or suggestions. I'm open to anything. I know I'm pretty long-winded. I try to not run along on my conversation, but there's a lot of things that most people don't even realize, when they're coming into this industry. Set your goals, keep your open mind, if you have expectations, make them be realistic and treat others the way you want to be treated. I've got something pulled up here for you guys real quick. It's the daily verse. I know I usually do this at the beginning of the videos, but I wanted to throw this out there. So this is the New Living Translation. This is Philippians 1:3. Every time I think of you, I give thanks to my God. So, guys, which is, our Lord, God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's my God. So, find something to be thankful for. Find someone to be thankful for. Thank him for it because he's so good to us, man. He's so better to us than we deserve. So I can tell you that much right now. So Stephen, safe travel. Stay safe out there on the road. You too, man. God bless. And I appreciate all you guys for tuning in tonight. I know there wasn't much quality in this, but it was something that I wanted to get out there and touch base with you guys. I have a lot of people saying, hey man, where's the videos at and what have you been doing and is everything okay? A lot of you have checked on me and I appreciate it. Just life, man. Just life, getting focused on personal things, work, getting back into the training scene. I made a few posts, but I haven't been really focused on YouTube at all. So unlike some of these guys out here, and God bless them, I commend them, but YouTube's not my income source. So it's a hobby and a passion, if you will. So well then, Rich, you have a lot of gods because there's a lot of guys washing their feet in the sinks. I see it all the time. I had one thing was there's this guy, we were in a Love's, I think it was right before I picked you up, Rick. This guy was, the Middle Eastern guys, particularly the Indian guys, they always take a water bottle into the bathroom with them when they use the restroom, and you'll hear them like washing their butt with a water bottle.
Oh.
Yeah. And so this guy come out of the stall, and there was a line of us waiting to use the restroom, and I walk in there, there's water all over the place, and I called him out on it, and I was like, dude, I said, you're going to leave this like this for somebody else to, I said, come clean this up, man. I said, you don't do that to somebody. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, well, you would have walked out if I wouldn't have said anything, It was disgusting, man. I mean, one thing that blows me away, and I'm going to say this because it just hit me on top of the head. One thing that blows me away is the simple fact that just a few short years ago, we had this massive pandemic. Some of you were wearing welding hoods, welding masks into the trucks. I don't know what that was all about. Whatever. The sheer intelligence of our species just baffles me. But some of you were wearing welding hoods in there and freaking out if somebody didn't have a mask on. But yet 90% of you guys in the restroom that leave don't even wash your hands now. It amazes me. But if the government says that we have a life-threatening virus on our hands that's spreading worldwide, you go grab a welding hood and think that's going to, I don't know. It's just it really bothers me, the mentality of some people. It really does. I know that they say it takes all types, but I fail to agree with that. Sometimes I don't think that's the case.
Well, you'd have nothing to laugh at.
I guess.
Laugh
I
about.
guess. And I don't know, man. It blows me away. It's just like, wow. Can't even wash our hands in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So it's whatever, to each their own. Oh boy, not man booty washers. Yeah, man, they're out there. But guys, that's it from us. You guys got to meet Rick. Rick has been a fantastic training so far. They seem to be very well acclimated to the chainsaw, and they're willing to do wakes, man, to be out on the road with us. So show them some love as a comment if you're watching this after the live is aired, and hopefully see some more of Rik, man, and on YouTube. So see what's. I didn't get a picture of him. I told him that today. We let out for like it was, man. We were late night and we only had a few hours of sleep. Rolled out. I forget his picture of first mile, but what a good picture of him. He passes the CDL. He's going to take the no problem. So jam. I'm feeling confident, Rik.
My wife never let me live it down if she does and I don't, so I better study.
Yeah, and then you're gonna make the road training look bad because she's with a company guy, right? And he's mostly like Springfield based, kind of like they do the local
regional or day runs.
Yeah, but they do a lot of pad work too. Yeah, so yeah, you're gonna make us look bad, man, if you can't pass. We're gonna
get better at this.
Well, that's exactly why you want to pad right there. There's a lot of value. You're at pad or most local runs, and if you're on road. So you gotta understand though, having the driving abilities. So having a piece of plastic does you no good if you don't know your deal. So you gotta remember that, guys. Don't study what you need to pass the test. Pay attention to your real world scenarios when you're out there. Pay attention to how you're docking these trailers and how you're working these trucks, and take advantage of every chance that you get. I think that's very important for the trainees. If there's a chance to back up, take it. If there's a chance to take it. If there's a chance to learn something new, take it. Ask questions. Don't just sit there and be like, I just can't wait to test and it's all over once I get my CD, because that's when the work begins. It's not just getting the plastic. That's when things starts. You want to be in the next phase too, ENT. So if you're just focusing on just that test and you're not blocking everything else out and everything, because I'll tell you, trust down, it only intensifies from here. So something that you guys would be aware, be ready for.